Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our vintage series on Polenye. Now, we have progressed into April. We completed the contract, the cultivating contract from the last episode, which seems like ages ago now. But we've spent some more money, which unfortunately pushed us into over minus £2,500 in debt, because we were able to buy some more sheep. Typical, we'll just have to let the game save, but you can see now we've got a lot more sheep, which is amazing. We bought 15. We did for some reason lose one, it said unexpectedly overnight, but we now have 17 sheep, including our ram. I don't know why we weren't able to buy them in the last episode. If it, for some reason, when we tried to buy them, it just said we didn't have a sheep pen, even though we had 3 sheep. But it's worked, so we're going to go with it. We've got more sheep, which is amazing. But we do need to collect our contract money because we, like I say, have over £2,000 in debt. So let's collect that. So we've got about 11.5 from that. Now, are there any contracts we could look at taking out? There's a spraying contract, but that's going to take us quite a bit of time. There are some fertilizing contracts, but I think right now we've got quite a bit that we need to do. I don't think there's anything that we need straight away, but I've been having a look. So we've still got, if we zoom out, field 25, this field here, which is 2.5 acres. That's not been planted, so we need to plant something in that. Now, what we can plant is we've got corn, green beans, long grain rice, oats, quite a bit to be honest, sorghum, soybeans, etc. So I was having a look. Now, corn, its max price is 896 per 1,000 litres, so I ruled that out. Green beans, 1,357, not bad. Long grain rice, 1,004. Sorghum, only 900, so that's not brilliant. But the soybeans are over £2,200 per 1,000 litres, which would be amazing. And what's even better is our combine. If we find our combine, which is right at the bottom here, our combine can harvest them. And if we look at the header can harvest them. But the problem we've got is when it comes to seeding. Where's the seeder? Just here. This is the seeder we've got. I would like to upgrade to this case seeder because it's a bit bigger, but at the moment we're going to just stick with what we've got. But this can't plant the soybeans, but the planters can. Now, this is the only planter that we could get, which is a 2 meter working width, which isn't much different to what we've got at the moment. So I don't want to have to do it, but we are going to have to buy a new piece of machinery. So let's buy that, because if we make 1,000, even if we only made 1,000 litres, we are still going to make our money back for this planter. So which tractor should we use? This tractor is here, but actually, while we're here, let's do this. Let's take the straps off. Let's turn the engine on and unfold the rams. While that's unfolding, a couple of people said in the comments, so I did have a look around the store for collectibles, but the only collectible I could find was in over that sort of area in the houses. But a couple of people said to have a look around upstairs. So, or inside. So let's have a quick look. I don't think there is going to be one, but let's have a look. So we're looking for, let's turn the information up and go back to the keyboard and mouse just in case. So I can't open any doors. I can't see anything down here. Let's try upstairs. Like I said, I don't think there'll be anything because the other collectible was quite close to here. So no, can't open that. Still nothing. Nope. Nothing. And we look around at all the walls. No, so I really can't see a collectible. If I'm looking in the wrong place, let me know down in the comments like you have done before, but I really don't think there is a collectible around here. So what we're going to do is, actually I was going to put it on the trailer, but because we've got the herbicide pallets, I think it's going to fall. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hitch the planter to the front. This thing does need to be repaired, so we will have to do that because its repair indicator is getting quite low. And oh, that's typical. Right, let's reload the pallets. There we go. Let's grab the... Oh, oh no. Right, this is going to be interesting. I've got a plan. Let's jump into this tractor. We are going to race. We're going to race over, and we are going to use this tractor and the front loader to push the back of the trailer down so we can hitch up. So I'll see you when we're at the store and we can rescue the trailer. Right. Let's lift up the front loader and hopefully this is going to work. I'm lifting the front of... Oh, there we go. That looks... There we go. That was not very fun, but that worked, which is absolutely amazing. Let's try and get a good picture of that. There we go. Right. Let's run over. Let's jump back into this. Connect the trailer and disconnect that. Because we were going to put it on this tractor anyway. So let's get this out of the way. I'm going to take the John Deere home, or back to the farm, and yeah, put the John Deere back to the farm, and then we're gonna have to go back to the farm anyway because I need to see if we got seeds. Ooh. Not use the worker. So let's take this back. I'm gonna have a quick check, see if we've got seeds. I think we do, and then we'll bring the, I think it's the International tractor, I think that is, back to the farm as well. Drop the front loader off and head over to field 25 and make a start planting. Right, well, we are finally planting field 25. Now we might have to go and get more seed because this only takes 100 litres and it's using it relatively quickly. We're already down to 93 litres. So we might have to get more, but let's just see how much we can get done. Right, so this is the last head then that we've got to do. And what we're going to do is run back to the farm, fill up with seed again, so we've got a full hopper. And then we're going to set the worker off doing the up and down rows. But we are going to just check whether we can harvest our grass fields, because that would be brilliant if we can do that. So we will have a quick look once we get to the bottom of this pass. And we will just double check that everything is planting correctly. We probably should have done that a bit earlier. It looks like it is, but we might as well double check while we're going into the menu. And I'm going to guess the game is going to have to save again. So we'll get down here and bring ourselves to a stop. Let the game save quickly. And yeah, everything is planting brilliantly. So we can, yeah, there we go. So that is looking good. Oh, we've got the moisture as well. I didn't realize we could do that. Oh. I think the field 92, which one's that? That's our grass field. Let's stop the irrigation on that and try and save some money. I don't know if we need that on or not. So we'll leave it off. We don't need to monitor any animals. Right, so what were we going to do? That was it. Here, let's look at the grass fields. Yes, they are both ready to be harvested. So let's lift this up, run back to the farm. Technically, this is our grasswork tractor, so we might swap over. Actually, what we can do is let's have a quick look. Where's the mower? Which one do we have? This one. So that needs 100 horsepower. And let's find our tractors. I think it's the small that we have. Okay, so that's too small. That's too small. Don't have that John Deere. Where are our tractors? I am really getting confused. We've got that, so that could do it. So we might be better to do... why can't I find this tractor? I'm sure it's under small. Scroll down. There we go, that one. So I don't actually know how much horsepower we've got, but anyway, we'll use the John Deere. We might have to repair it. We will have a quick look. So let's get back. I'm going to fill this up with seed, run it back to the field and get that started. And then we will jump into the John Deere and head on over to the grass field. Right, so we've just got the John Deere into the repair trigger. It is 76% damaged. Now, we can afford it, so it's going to cost us, I think we're going to have to, £4,460 to repair it. The tyres, let's have a quick look. The tyres, I think, are okay. Yeah, tyre wear is at 0%, so the tyres are fine. But we now only have £1,800 left. But we've just checked there is herbicide in that tank. We can take out this contract for £5,600 of spraying herbicide on there. We probably won't get round to it in this episode, But we've got to bear in mind as well that we've now got a worker going. But let's hope we can survive with less than £2,000. We'll grab the mower, which is just back here. Lift it up. And wriggle ourselves out. And let's get going. So, I'm not sure how much grass we're going to get. I'm just hoping it's more than we did last time. I think when we first did it, we gave up because it was that, the yield was that poor. Hopefully it's going to be a bit better this time. So we've got 2 fields that need to be harvested. And we've just crashed the tractor. So let's get these fields done and have a look. We might end up taking out some more contracts. The next episode might be very contract heavy. We need to get some money in, and we are not ready for harvest yet, so we might have to do something quickly to get the money. But we are nearly there. I think we'll go to the furthest field first, which I think is 92. And when I say furthest field, it is literally just across the bridge. And now that we've ploughed the fields as well, they should appear as actual fields that we can set the GPS up with. So let's pull it in. Yes, perfect. So we want steering assist, and let's it looks a bit better, so let's just jump out. Yeah, there is a bit, I think there is a bit more grass. We will have to windrow it, but again, that's going to make it a bit easier now that it's an actual field. So let's get these fields done and then see where we are. So that's the only problem. It's a very tight field, or sharp corners I should say. Ooh. Right, let's get this field done as best as we can. Well, it looks like we are getting a better yield, which is brilliant to see. But I don't want the episode getting too long. So I think we're going to call it there for this episode. And we'll carry on with this, or these fields, in the next one, and that contract. And I will have a look and see if there are any other contracts that we could do. But it looks like the yield is a lot better than it was last time, which is brilliant. We're going to just do we're going to try and skip rows just to try and make it a bit easier. So yeah, we'll do this pass. We'll just quickly check how the worker is getting on planting the soybeans. So let's just turn the engine off. And okay, so they've got 20 litres left, but they are nearly done. Hopefully they've got enough. Like I say, we're going to leave it there for this episode. So, as always, thank you very much for watching the episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, it would mean a lot if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed already. And again, as I said before, a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully, we'll see you back here for the next one. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.